This is the story of Batman Arkham Knight. After Joker's death, Gotham was at peace for a year until Scarecrow decided to attack a local cafe, scaring all the citizens out of Gotham. With the city evacuated, Batman arrives and Gordon tells him the only clue they have about Scarecrow is an armored vehicle driving around town. I wonder how he made that connection. We stop the vehicle using the Batmobile and interrogate the driver, who gives us a sample of Scarecrow's toxin and tells us he's in a penthouse in Chinatown. He was very helpful. Arriving at the penthouse, Scarecrow isn't there, but instead there's Poison Ivy, who seems to be immune to Scarecrow's toxin. She tells us the villains have teamed up to kill Batman, and as a reward we put it in prison. We make our way to the clock tower where Oracle has been analyzing the toxin. From the analysis we discover that the toxin is being produced at Ace Chemical, so we make our way there, only to find out that it's being protected by a big ass army led by one commander called the Arkham Knight, who seems to have a personal vendetta against Batman. Everyone evacuates Ace Chemicals except for Batman and Scarecrow. Scarecrow tells Batman he knows that Barbara Gordon is the Oracle and has kidnapped her. He got this information from the Arkham Knight, who seems to know a lot about Batman. While telling Barbara to get out, Scarecrow manages to escape. Seriously? Seriously, Batman? The toxin is about to explode in Ace Chemicals, nothing can stop it, but Batman wants to reduce the blast radius. God knows why, because the city has already been evacuated, so he stays in Ace Chemicals and does just that. But the toxin gets to him and he sees an old friend.
Miss me?
Flashback, Gordon goes to Batman's base of operations in Gotham, which is the movie studios, where Batman shows him 4 people who were infected with Joker's blood back in Arkham City when he sent his blood to emergency rooms all over Gotham. It seems they missed 5 people with Joker's blood, even though there were only 4 in the cells. The problem with these people is that they're becoming the Joker, because they have his blood. Well, that's a stretch. The oldest civilian seems to be immune to the blood's effects, so they're using him to study a cure. Okay, back to the present. Batman escapes the exploding Ace Chemicals building and hurries to rescue Oracle, but you arrive to the clock tower too late and hallucinate the scene from the Killing Joke. Then you show Gordon that Barbara has been working with you and that's why she's been kidnapped. Gordon gets pissed off and storms out. Using your detective skills and interrogation methods, you discover that Scarecrow went to see Simon Stagg on his blimp. Simon Stagg has been working with Scarecrow on a device called Cloudburst. This device would basically spread Scarecrow's toxin all over Gotham in a matter of seconds. Scarecrow injects you with a dose of his toxin and Batman's fear is revealed. He's afraid of becoming the Joker, and he comes this close to killing some of the thugs he was fighting. Batman fights off the toxin's effects again, but that's enough time for Scarecrow to escape with the Cloudburst device and to broadcast all over the city where he's holding Barbara Gordon. You get there, Scarecrow doses her with his fear toxin and Barbara shoots herself in the head. Picking himself up, Batman remembers that Poison Ivy was immune to Scarecrow's toxin and asks for her help in protecting the city. Ivy agrees because the toxin is also killing the plants. Batman reanimates an ancient tree using the Batmobile, which will be able to neutralize Scarecrow's toxin. In the meantime, Batman's base at the movie studios was attacked by Harley Quinn. It seems she's after the new Jokers. So you pretty much go there, kick some ass and return everything to normal. Turns out the old guy was also suffering the effects of the Joker blood. He was just pretending to be normal. Looking to purify the gene pool, he kills all the other fake Jokers. And when he looks into Batman's eyes, he sees he's also infected. He kills himself. This is how Robin discovers you're the 5th person infected with the Joker's blood, and he has you locked up in a cell. While inside this cell, the Joker hallucination starts telling you the story of Jason Todd. Jason Todd was Robin before Tim Drake, but the Batman fans didn't like him, so the writers had the Joker torture and kill him. The end. Great story. Once he's done telling you the story, you see that none of it was real, and you're actually still outside the cell, and instead of quietly locking yourself up, you throw Robin in there, cause that's a good idea. You get out of the movie studios, and the Cloudburst is activated, covering Gotham in fear toxin, mostly just infecting common thugs on the streets since Scarecrow had the city evacuated from the beginning of the game. So what's the point of this again? You destroy the Cloudburst device, which suddenly is a freaking tank being driven by the Arkham Knight, and after you do that, the Arkham Knight himself manages to escape because of your hallucinations. Poison Ivy is able to clear away all the toxin, but at the cost of her own life. The villain who died a hero. Jim Gordon has found Scarecrow but gets himself caught by the Arkham Knight, so it's time to rescue him again. You finally beat the Arkham Knight and his character is revealed. It's not Hush because he was just after your money. It's not Azrael because he just wanted to kill you and replace you, so those two loose ends tidied up fairly quickly. And it certainly couldn't be Jason Todd. After all, the developers said it was a brand new and original character.
Jason.
Well, goddammit. Either Rocksteady needs a dictionary to look up the words new and original, or they haven't read any Batman comics, because this is exactly the same Red Hood story we've heard time and time again. We go up the elevator and Jim points his gun at you because he's made a deal with Scarecrow to save his daughter Barbara, who turned out to be alive. Hang on a minute. If Batman was hallucinating when he saw Barbara shoot herself in the head, how did every other villain know exactly what Batman saw? Hallucinations are supposed to happen in his head alone, right? How did everyone know? Anyway, we save Barbara. With her by our side again, she quickly learns that Scarecrow kidnapped Robin from the movie studios. Remember, he was in a cell and defenseless. He calls out Batman, tells him to prepare to be unmasked or he will kill both Robin and Jim Gordon. Batman surrenders and his unmasking is broadcasted to the whole city. Now, this next bit is subject to interpretation, but here's how I see it. Scarecrow injects enough toxin into Batman that he becomes his worst fear. He becomes the Joker. But then Scarecrow injects even more toxin, so the one being affected is no longer Batman, but instead it's Joker. And the Joker's worst fear is to be forgotten, which is something Batman makes sure happens within its hallucination, meaning Batman regains control of its body. Does it make sense? Basically, you went full circle. Jason Todd shoots you free as an act of redemption. You poke Scarecrow with his own toxin and save Gotham. Since everyone knows your identity, you start something called the Nightfall Protocol. You return to Wayne Manor and it blows up, leading everyone to believe that you died. We know better, right? At the end, we see Jim Gordon, now the mayor of Gotham, on his way to Tim and Barbara's wedding. And he's talking about crime and how criminals will always need something to fear. So, we see this thing right at the end. The theory floating around is that either Bruce Wayne or Jim Gordon found a way to use Scarecrow's toxin against criminals, and that's how they're fighting crime now. The end. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've missed the story of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, links for that in the description. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite moment in the Arkham Knight story. And while you're down there, click the like button and subscribe for more gaming goodness. I've been Globku. Take care, everyone. Boy.